Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to SNS Lab 5. This lab is demo video of Lab 5. In this video, we will be discussing about the properties of system using IO relationship in MATLAB. The main objectives of this lab: show the properties of causality, linearity, stability and time invariance of different systems using MATLAB. In pre-lab section, properties of system, we introduce the basic system properties. An illustrative example accompanies each property. Of course, an example does not prove a property. However, the illustrated examples are carefully selected in order to correspond with the introduced property. The following properties apply to both continuous time and discrete time systems. Causal and non-causal system. A system is causal if the system output y of t naught at time t is equal to t naught does not depend on values of the input xt for t greater than t naught. In other words, for any input signal x of t, the corresponding output y of t depends only on the present and past values of x of t. So, if the input to a causal system is 0 for t less than t naught, the output of the system is also 0 for t is equal to t naught. Correspondingly, a discrete time system is causal if its output y of n naught at time n is equal to n naught depends only on the values of an input signal xn for n less than n naught. All natural systems are causal. However, in engineering, there are many non-causal systems. For example, offline data processing is non-causal system. The next property is static, and they are also known as memoryless system, and dynamic, the system that has memory. A system is static or memoryless if for any input signal x of t or x of n, the corresponding output y of t or y of n depends only on the value of the input signal at the same time. A non-static system is called dynamic or dynamical. Linear and non-linear system. Let y of t denote the response of a system S to an input signal x of t, that is y of t is equal to this one. System S is a linear system if for any input signal S x1 and x2 and any scalars a1, a2, the following relationships hold. And this is the relationship that should hold. In other words, the response of a linear system to an input that is a linear combination of two signals is the linear combination of the responses of the system to each one of these signals. The linearity property is generalized for any number of input signals, and this is often referred to as the principle of superposition. The linearity property is a combination of two other properties, the additive property and homogeneous property. A system S satisfies the additive property if for any input signal x1 and x2 this relationship holds, while the homogeneity property implies that for any scalar a and any input signal x of t, a system is time invariant if a time shift in the input signal results in the same time shift in the output signal. In other words, if y of t is the response of a time invariant system to an input signal x of t, then the system response to the input signal x of t minus t naught is y of t minus t naught. The mathematical expression is this is the mathematical expression. Equivalently, a discrete time system is time or more apparently shift invariant if y of n minus n naught is equal to x of n minus n naught. From the above equations, we can conclude that if a system is time invariant, the amplitude of the output signal is the same independent of the time instance the input is applied. The difference is the time shift in the output signal. A non-time invariant system is called time varying or time variant system. Stability. Next property is stability. Stability is a very important system property. The practical meaning of a stable system is that for a small applied input, the system response is also small, meaning the system response does not diverge. A more formal definition is that a system is stable or bounded input, bounded output stable if the system response to any bounded input signal is a bounded output signal. The mathematical expression is as follows. Suppose that a positive number m less than infinity exists such that y of t, amplitude of y t, is less than that number, and a non-stable system is called unstable system. Now we move towards some of the tasks, so we may get a more clear idea about how the tasks are proceeding. Let's say we consider this task using the input signal x of t, where x of t is equal to u of t minus u of t minus 1. We have to find out if the system described by this IO relationship x y of t is equal to 3 into xt, and the system y of t is equal to x of t minus 1 are static or dynamic. These are two systems. Number one is y is equal to 3xt, and number two is y is equal to x of t minus 1, and we have to determine here that these systems are static or dynamic. We open MATLAB and we have code written here, and we can also we will discuss it. As usual, we know that we write this command for clearing command window, and as far as this clear all command is concerned, we write it for the purpose of clearing our workspace or the variables in memory or workspace. Then we have close all command, and its benefit is that it will close if any previously graph or plot window is open. Then we are setting the time matrix or time variable. It goes from -7 up to +7, and increment is 0.1. And here, since there isn't any mention of the time range, we have specified, we have assumed it, and then the input signal we can see it is x is equal to u of t minus u of t minus 1. We can see it here, x of t is equal to u of t minus u of t minus 1. Then the first output, it is y of 3 y is equal to 3 into x. Here we can see y is equal to 3 into x. This is the first output, and then we have second output. The second output is equal to x of t minus 1, x of t minus 1, and then we will subplot them, so we may get both in the same figure. First we will use the plot command, and then we will subplot for second y, and then we will plot that. First of all, we have plotted the input signal, then first output here, and then for the second output here, and then now we can consider to run this program. We will press this run button, and we can click this option, add to path, and now MATLAB is busy in execution. You can see here busy. Yes, here we have outputs, and we can label them. Yes, it's made official if we label them. Title, X, first of all, yes, X is available, and now we have to adjust the title of first output y1 and second output y2. First output is y, the second output is y1. or simply we can readjust them. We can say it is y1 and it is y2, and then we have y1 and y2. And as far as title is concerned, we can write here title, control Z, we can write the title here y1, the first output, close the bracket. Then we can again write the title command for inserting the title, it is y2, and now we can again run our function, our script, and yes, here we have y1 and y2. The output of the system with IO relationship 3xt, by this mean the system depends only on the value of the input at same time. Hence, it is a static or memoryless system. As far as in order to determine if the second system y2 described by the IO relationship that we had here it is static or dynamic, we can recall that the input was u of t minus 1, and thus x of t, if we plug the values of input, and then we will see that y of t is equal to u of t minus u of t minus 2. The values of y of t depend on past values of x of t, so the system is dynamic. So we can say that system y1 is static and system y2 is dynamic. Welcome back to demo video of lab 5 of SNS. We were discussing about the applicable tasks. Some concepts will be discussed in this video, some were discussed in the previous demo video, so that student may be able to work during the lab session in a much better way. So the student may have a better understanding of what they are about to perform in the lab. So right now we consider a task: determine if the discrete time system described by the IO relationship y of n is equal to x square and y of n is equal to x into x of n by 2 are static or dynamic. And we have to use the input signal x of n, and the values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it is defined in the interval -1 up till 3. Now we go to the MATLAB and we write our program. First of all, we write the CLC command, then we write clear all command, then we write close all command, and then we are defining the support for x, the interval in which x exists, and it was as, if we open, it is -1, it is from -1 up till +3, -1 up till +3, and then we have x, and x is equal to, we can see it is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, and yes, it is, we have also another value, that is 4. And then we can use the stem command, and we can pass the two arguments and x, and then we can also arrange the access according to our requirement. Let's say we keep and we want the x-axis from minus 1.1 to plus 3.1 and y-axis from minus 0.1 up till plus 4.1, and in this way our code will look like minus 1.1, 3.1, minus 0.1 and 4.1. Here we have stem command, axis command, and then we can introduce here the legend command. X of n, we have to close this bracket, and now we will also consider the other parts such as the y1 and y2, but initially right now we want to see how the input will look like. So for that purpose we will implement the current program, the program that we have implemented up till now. We will run this button and MATLAB is busy in execution. And yes, here we have the plot, the graph of discrete time input signal x of n 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see it is defined the interval minus 1 up till plus 3. Now we write the second expression, that is for output. It is x square and we want to voice the output, so we are using the stem command, and then again we are using the axis command, minus 1.1, 3.1, minus 0.1 and 16.1. Then we can place the legend, and for that purpose we have the command y, let's say we name it y underscore 1, and in down square brackets we place n, and then we run again. So unbalanced or unexpected parenthesis. Yes, here we have to place y underscore 1. Yes, we have to place a quotes, and then we run them again. Yes, here we have y1n. It is graph of the system output y of n, that is equal to x square n. Each value of yn depends only on the value of xn for the same n, hence the system is static. It was asked in the question whether these two systems are static or dynamic. As far as this system is concerned, it is static. We have seen here and discussed here. Now for second system, we use upsample command. and then we use the stem command. And then we use the axis command. Minus 2.2, 7.2, minus 0.1 and 4.1. And then we have legend. And as far as this legend is concerned, we can write it y of 2n, and we will run it again. Yes, it is y of 2n. The response yn of the system described by the IO relationship x of n by 2 is computed by upsampling the input signal x of n. This is clearly a system with memory dynamic, as for example the value of y of n for n is equal to 6 depends on the value of xn for n is equal to 3. And if we want to see other graphs also, what we can do here, that we can introduce a command of figure, figure, figure. So all the plots open up in different windows. We will run it again. Yes, here we have three figures, x1, x2, we have x, y1 and y2. As far as we wanted to see about x and yn, here we can see that the value of yn for n is equal to 6 depends on the value of xn for n is equal to 3. So it is y2 is dynamic system, and here we can see that each value of yn depends only on the value of xn. Here we can see each value of yn depends only on the value of xn for same n, hence this system is static. We can say this system is static, and this system y of n is equal to x of n by 2. We have added legends to our graph. We can also insert titles by using the insert title command, and we can write here any title. Input, we can say input, and we can also place our labels on, let's say we write it sport of x, and it is nx. Similarly, we can also write the label for y-axis, and if we want to get the value of any data point, we can click the data cursor and we can move our cursor to that specific point, and we will get the value of that specific point. At this point we have x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2, and in this point we have x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. As far as the output plot is concerned, here we can see that y is equal to 9 when x is equal to 2, and in this case we see that each value of yn depends only on the value of xn for the same n. So this was about some of the concepts that are some of the lab tasks, and the remaining lab tasks will be discussed during the lab session. Till then, Allah Hafiz.